Well, it's been over a year now that we've been very fortunate to have an expert in financial services joining us here on the program with our Money Minute, Steve Sexton from the Sexton Advisory Group. But today, Steve's going to join us here on set. We want to expand the segment a little bit because, frankly, there's so much to talk about. Hard to cover it all in a minute, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Now, first off, let's just give everybody an update. What are most people calling your financial advisory business with now? What's the big question that they're calling?
Well, there's two things. One, people are going on vacation and then decide, working's overrated and they want to retire.
Well, okay. Yes, please.
And the second one is with all the things that are going on with the world right now, stagnant unemployment, the housing market, the debt crisis is overseas as well as here. They're very, very concerned about their comfort level with their risk. So let's deal with the comfort level with the risk first. Many people need to start asking themselves some questions. For example, if you're still working, if you were to lose 20, 30, or 40% in another bear market, would you be able to make that up before you retire? If you can't, you might want to scale back the risk. If you're retired, it's very important to understand, hey, how much risk do I really need to have because I'm not working anymore, and if I drop 20%, will I be able to continue to have my income? Because the big thing people don't realize is even though they might be with bonds and getting yields, if those bond markets go into the toilet, which will happen if the interest rates go up, they're putting their income at risk, and nobody ever wants to do that. So it's very, very important that people become realistic with their risk comfort level. And bottom line is, if you can't sleep at night and you're worried about that risk, reduce it.
You need to talk to the Sexton Advisory Group and get some peace of mind then.
Oh, yeah.
So can we retire?
Well, let's talk about that. Well, retire.
And when I say we, I'm perfectly happy to retire with you if you can help me out here.
Oh, sure, most definitely. But when people all of a sudden decide, hey, vacation's great, I want to stay there, it's really important to have an analysis done of how long is their money going to last, will it last their lifetime based off inflation, their income needs, the risk, and so on. A lot of people will also take that 401k and just roll it over to an IRA, and that could cost them thousands of dollars. And what I mean by that is a lot of people get paid with company stock. And if they put that in their IRA and say they get it at $10 a share, now it's worth $12 and they retire and they just roll it out, they're going to pay interest income taxes on that $12 a share. But if they were to take it out of their IRA and utilize a tax code called net unrealized capital gain, they'll pay taxes on $2, which is the difference between the 10 and the 12, and over a lifetime that can save them tens if not hundreds of thousands of dollars in taxes.
So you make one little mistake like this and it can be the difference between being comfortable in retirement and not being able to quite figure out how to make ends meet.
True.
So this is it's a big deal to get somebody like Steve to help you out and before you make these moves. And hopefully as far in advance as you possibly can. I mean, time is your friend.
Oh, yes,
is it not in investing?
Oh, yeah, especially with the risk comfort level. Things have not gotten really bad. This is the time to talk to an advisor about your risk comfort level, what you want to do, not only right now, but down the line in a look forward, proactive manner. If you do that, you're going to be able to understand some questions you need to ask in order to understand whether you made the right decision or not.
Now, I want to brag on you here for just a second. You started something here a while back where you work with charities, and it's pretty amazing what you do. You offer folks financial advice on looking for money that slips through the cracks, was slipping through the cracks, absolutely free of charge, and then all you ask is that they at least consider giving that money to a charity. And it's a phenomenal thing that you do. Now, you had this big event with Pat Boone. You raised a bunch of money for charity. Now you're doing one tomorrow night for Hospice of the Valley. Tell me about that.
Hospice of the Valleys is almost 30 years old. They're a not-for-profit hospice center. So that means all those people that spend all their money on long-term care for a spouse that might be running out of money or the insurance isn't there, they're still going to take care of them. Every dollar that's donated is going to go towards supplies and equipment to take care of those people. And for me, that's really important because I see that happen with my clients and others. And we're going to be at the Faulkner Winery tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. There's still space available. And we're going to be educating people. If we can help them find money falling through the cracks, we just ask that they consider giving some back to charity.
And folks, I really want to emphasize this again in the couple of seconds that we have left here. Steve only suggests that you give that extra money or some portion of it to charity. You're not under any obligation to do that. It's just Steve's gift and his way of giving back. And I know there's a whole story that goes along with this that you'll share with people about being a cancer survivor and how you came to this conclusion. But please, take advantage of this great evening tomorrow night and donate to a great charity and get some phenomenal financial information at the same time.
And after the little talk, wine tasting and cheesecake.
See? There's your double reward, wine tasting and cheesecake. Steve Sexton, the Sexton Advisor Group. It's always great to see you. Thank you so much. All right, for more information, you go to san diego6.com and you just click on San Diego Living.